Here we go, back at it again with yet another video. G'day guys, I'm Champ Chong, and today we have a bunch of gaming news to get to, so if you guys do end up enjoying today's video, please remember to smack the like button real good, and now let's jump into the gaming news.
And our first news report on today's show is actually some sad news. Well, it's an interesting one, since we do have quite a lot of announcements to get to this week because E3 is just a few days away. We've got PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, everyone going to be dropping some big stuff out there, but the sad news is leading towards this big event of E3, and it's got to do with PlayStation because a leak has come out regarding one of their biggest games that they are going to show off. It's one of their exclusives. It's Death Stranding. Everyone that is a PlayStation fan out there is excited for this game. I'm a huge fan of Hideo Kojima. I've loved his Metal Gear series all these years since I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys are the same way. But the thing is, it looks like this game will be delayed to 2020. A leak was posted online, and here are some of the notes you guys can see on screen right here. Now, these aren't 100% like confirmed or anything like this. This is just a leak ahead of E3 and some of the details regarding the game. But if it is true that the game is coming out in 2020 and an internal delay caused the game to be delayed till 2020, it is pretty sad. But overall, I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to see what Hideo Kojima does bring us with the game, because we don't really have any real gameplay or anything like that. We don't really know too much about the game. We do know a few things here and there, but nothing too, I guess, concrete about the game. So it will be interesting to see what they do show off at E3. They have promised that they will be showing it off at the PlayStation conference. But if it's anything like what we do have in these leaks right here, in the notes that we do have, it's going to be an interesting game. It's kind of all over the place. I don't know what to think of it. I guess we'll have to see it in action. But I am excited for E3. There is going to be quite a few things to check out. But we are moving on to our next news report, and it's got to do with Red Dead Redemption 2. It is quite an interesting news report because, well, Red Dead Redemption 2 has got some controversy around it right now. Rockstar Games tweeted out and pretty much announced to the world that there is some pre-order bonuses for the game and you get extra story missions. And some people weren't too happy with this because, well, if you have to kind of get extra story missions because you pre-order the game, that kind of ruins the game experience and the story overall. Well, not necessarily. Rockstar Games have actually come out and clarified this situation, and this is what they tweeted. They said, "The bank robbery and gang hideout included in the Red Dead Redemption 2 Special Edition are side activities created specifically for that edition and are not part of the main story." So it's great that it isn't part of the main story of the game. It's just kind of side missions, so that's good right there. But I still don't like this sort of you pre-order to get a special edition to pay more money and everything like that just to get extra stuff. I feel like slowly we are going to see less and less of this, but Rockstar haven't really released a new game in a while, so they don't realize how bad microtransactions, pre-order DLC, all that stuff is, and how people are really turning against that. Anyway, guys, that's it for the gaming news here. Now we move on to just a bit of awesome stuff from The Crew 2. Let's check it out. Alrighty, so here we are with The Crew 2. Now, I was lucky enough to play this game a few weeks ago when I went to the Red Bull HQ here in Sydney, Australia, and I got to actually play the game for a good couple of hours. Now, I did originally play The Crew 2 last year in Germany, but from what I played since then and to now, it is definitely improved. I've noticed the development just pick up, and it is so much better now, and it was great then. So to be able to get my hands on the game again and for even more time now, I had like about 2 to 2.5 hours with the game this time around, and again, my favorite part of the game is not just driving. Now, driving is definitely my favorite part of the game. It's something I'm really familiar with. I've been playing racing games for the longest time, since I've been a little kid, but adding in water sports like the jet boats, you got flying in there as usual, and then you've also just got like the off-road stuff, and I think that might just be my favorite thing in the game this time around. But I'm honestly just not too sure if I have a favorite part of the game just yet. I kind of enjoyed everything pretty equally, but I will still say driving has to be number one on there, because I was racing against a couple of other YouTubers that did go to the event, and it was just so much fun. We were screaming. It was funny because you had kind of the more serious side on the other side of the room, and then you had us YouTubers just going
completely nuts because we're just insane and we're recording content and everything like that. But it just provided so many laughs because we would catch up, then we'd crash, and we're not the best drivers. There was one guy there, Ben, I think his channel was Tiamat Madurk. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but he was definitely the best driver of the gang. But I think I did beat him once or twice in some of the races that we did have. And after it all, it was just so awesome. And on top of that, I'm just gonna throw this up on screen right here real quick. I got to sit in a Lamborghini. Look at that, the Crew 2 Lamborghini. That was so awesome. And I just want to thank Ubisoft for allowing us to be able to sit in a Lambo. Like, Lambos are just awesome. I've been lucky enough over time to sit in a bunch of them and drive in a bunch of them, but this one was sweet. I've never been in a blue one. So anyway, back to the game real quick. One of the things that really surprised me this time around at playing the Crew 2, because as I mentioned, I did play it almost a year ago now. And the thing that really surprised me had to be the jet boats. The going around in boats through the canals of that Las Vegas sort of Venice canal looking thing. And it really did throw me off because I didn't think it would be that much fun. Usually boats in games are kinda iffy, but this provided so many good moments where we were just chasing down and like I would deliberately knock my teammates or like we'd like just get past each other and we'd be screaming at each other. Not my teammates, I should say my opponents. So yeah, it was just way too much fun, and it was definitely the big surprise to me because I knew going into it I would definitely enjoy racing on the roads with cars and using supercars and everything like that. But I also knew that I did enjoy the off-roading last time I played this. And then this time, the real surprising factor was definitely the jet boat riding and driving and all that. So I found that one of the biggest surprises, and I'm definitely looking forward to the full game coming out and giving that a go online with my friends because I really didn't expect it to be that much fun. Now, another thing that really surprised me was flying around. We were trying to land on the top of the St. Louis Arch. I don't know why or how we came up with this idea. I think one of the guys just sort of suggested it. Maybe it was me, but I remember us trying to get up there and I kept on failing. And it was the worst because two of the guys were already up there. James and Tom were up there just taking awesome like photos and going to the cinematic mode and all that stuff. And they were just having so much fun up there laughing at me trying to land on there. And eventually they were just like, dude, you suck. You're not gonna get up here. And they left. And then they changed into cars and they drove away. And I was left alone and sad, but I still had a bunch of fun trying to actually get up there. Sadly, I didn't get up there. I'm not the best pilot, but that's why I stick to driving, sticking on the streets, and I drive and I race and I beat everyone else that way. But yeah, overall, I think the Crew 2, from the last time I played it to this time, definitely improved. The visuals are stunning as usual. It's great to be in an open world. It's basically the entire United States, like fictionalized, I guess, like compressed in a way. But it's amazing to be able to go travel into so many different locations, and it's just really cool because you can jump online with your friends and just have a blast. So I can't wait till this full game is out because, well, I'm gonna have a blast online just racing people and then hopefully trying to get on top of the St. Louis Arch because that would be really nice if I could actually pull that off.
And there we have it, guys. That is the gaming news for today. Hopefully you did enjoy it. And now, Gorilla Man, please hand me that question. Thanks, Gorilla Man. Okay, guys, and the question is, what game is the scariest game you've ever played and why? So put your answers in the comment section down below and you can end up on the next show. But if you enjoyed today's video, please remember to smack the like button because I'm Champ Chong. My accent is Australian. Yeah, that's blah, 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 blah.